Okay, so I was telling William, they don't give enough time. You
I
know,
know, I know. Yeah,
50 minutes, 5 minutes, sometimes it's
I
even
know.
less.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what we were discussing is the friends with benefits.
Benefits, right?
So if you decide that you want a friends with benefits, I've never had one. I'm just asking you a question.
I never had one either, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm not
To be honest,
interested. But
to be honest, with you, right?
I looked it up on Google. So you told me your definition. So it's like if you decide that you wanted to do that with someone, so it's like you're not in a committed relationship. But what if the woman is like, hey, I'm seeing two other guys besides you. I'm in a friends with benefits with two other guys. How
But
would
that's
you
nasty,
feel?
though. But that's nasty. You don't think that's nasty?
I think it's disgusting.
All right then. So why would I want to be interested in something like that? I mean, look. I mean, because I'm laying with her and two other guys at the same time. Like, really? Think about it. I mean,
And
like, are you serious? Like, no way, Jose, right? I'm like, come on, think about it. Like, hell no,
okay,
I don't think
so
so.
what if she says, I'm being protected with these other two guys?
It doesn't matter. It's still nasty. Like, I mean, like, I'm still sleeping with you and Tom and Jerry.
I agree with you. So, do you expect the friends with benefits not to be seeing someone else?
I mean, if that's the case, then it's like I don't know because I can't say just me exclusively because then what's the purpose of you having friends with benefits? Because the purpose of you having friends with benefits is because you're benefiting something off that person. You have to be. Because what's the use of you giving them what you're giving them, and they're not giving you something, they're not reciprocating in return? Do you
Bingo,
follow what I'm saying?
reciprocating.
Exactly. So, you gotta be reciprocating something. You have to be. You're just not gonna be getting in her pants and you're not giving nothing up. I don't, I doubt that very much. You know? So there you go.
So, what do you think of people? What do you think if there's a male who doesn't want to be committed, that wants to give himself to several women, and you know that there's a possibility that those women are being with other males, maybe females, maybe even animals? Like, how do you feel
I
about
don't,
that situation?
I don't know because I've never been in that position. Actually, I've never experienced that myself. I've never was willing to experience that, so I can't. From my perspective, I can't really elaborate on that. But I don't. It's the same thing actually because what a woman does is, like I said, two wrongs don't make a right. So I mean, like for example, you have a lot of males. They get angry because their women cheat, right? But
Hmm.
then they the ones who sleeping with Sarah and Jessica and Wanda and Maria, but they get angry because she's sleeping with Tom and Jerry. But here you go, you got three or four other chicks who you sleeping with, but you have the audacity to get upset with her. Do you follow what I'm saying? It doesn't compute. It really doesn't. If something doesn't make sense, then it's not logical. Period. Bottom line, you can't make logic out of something that doesn't make sense. There's no logic in that. It really isn't. So I can't really say because I've never been in that position. Me, myself, per se. And I'm speaking for myself.
Okay, what do you think about STDs, HIV?
Oh, what do I think about that?
Hmm.
I think it's something that can be avoided. I mean, like, if you're practicing safe sex, I don't see any reason why you should have an STD. Me, per se, I've never had one. Believe it or not, I've never had an STD in my whole life. Never. At all. But it's something, if you're practicing safe sex and if you're careful, then I don't see any reason why. But I don't, I mean, You know what? You have people who live a risky behavior, especially when it comes to sexuality. You have females who's more promiscuous than others, and and sometimes yeah, they get in the mood and they get in the feeling and they forget about using a condom or protection. And sometimes that little one incident for not using the condom could cost you your life or your livelihood. It really can. It's a shame, but it happens. And it's fucked up, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, I think you should always practice safe sex regardless, you know. I think that's very important.
I agree. So, what are you okay, so say like I'm your male friend and I'm
Hmm.
telling you, hey, I met this bad bitch. She says she doesn't have any STDs. I'm going to have unprotected sex with her. What would you tell your friend?
I said, yo, go ahead, man. If you choose to do that, then you go right ahead. I mean, like, but I suggest you don't. I suggest you be cautious because you never know. You always got to be cautious, in life. You got to be cautious everything you do because everything you do in life has a ramification, meaning a consequence, be it good or be it bad. Sometimes that one decision could cost you, like I just said, your life. So you really have to be very cautious, and you really have to be, you just that, like I said, that one decision could cost you your life, and I wouldn't recommend that. But if that's what they choose to do, then that's what they choose to do. You know, I could suggest something to someone, but I can't make them do it.
Okay, thank you. So, what if your friend says she brought me her test and everything is negative? She has nothing.
So what that means? So that gives you the free will to do what you want to do. I'm
That
just
means
saying, like,
that he
really,
wants to be unprotected with her. She has a
I don't
clean
know.
test.
Wow. I mean, I still practice safe sex. I say, really, it doesn't matter.
Right? Because I told someone that people can forge tests. Stuff doesn't show up right away. Not everyone burns, drips. You don't even know. And there's
Right.
some people in this world who have stuff and they're upset because somebody gave it to them and they don't care. They're going to give it to everyone, not even tell you.
That's
Like
true.
a lot of stuff is not visible. A lawyer, a CO, a jack in the box worker, a nurse, anybody can have something and they can look very nice and won't even tell you. Some people
You're
don't
right.
even know. And it's like
I agree.
you're willing to chance that?
You have people who are actually, you'd be surprised. You have people, some people are not very intelligent. They're not very bright, really, when it comes to that. You understand? It's not their brain. They use their other brain is thinking for them. So you have to understand that, you know? And the younger you are, the more prone you are to do that.
What do you think about a older person doing that? Like somebody who's 35, 30, 42.
I don't consider that old, actually. To me, that's young. I mean,
Okay.
but I still say it shouldn't be in the street for you to do that at that age, number one. You should know better. But you at an age where you know the difference between right and wrong, and you know the difference, like literally. So if you if you choose to do that, then obviously your thinking capacity is fucked up. Like really.
Okay. Thank you. So, before someone has unprotected sex, how long do you think that they should know the person? Like, what do you think are the steps?
Oh wow. Mm, that's. I don't know actually. It depends on the relationship. It depends where the relationship is going. How high is it going actually? If it's something that's serious, if it's something that you feel like you're gonna be together for a while, if that's the person you want to be with, all that plays a part. I just can't be with a person, a woman, and I just have you just on the weekends. No, it's not gonna work for me. You understand what I'm saying? I have to be with you practically every day. Like we have to have a relationship. We have to build something. You know, there had to be something there. You know, where I can see where we going at in a relationship. If I see that this is something that's gonna last, then I think I think I don't know. It could be 6 months, probably, maybe. It depending on. I think it depends on the individual. I guess I don't know if that's safe to say because I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, like really. But if you two know each other, like if you really know each other intimately, at that point, then I don't think it should be. I don't think it should take that long. I don't know. I can't answer that question honestly.
Okay, thank you. So, everyone there, I've asked them the wife material. You're the first person I've asked about the friends with benefits. And I chose to ask you first because I was listening to some of the things you said. And so I'm like, okay, let me ask him. But you know what's funny is
What?
that people think, I want to say, a lot of people are going to think that people that are incarcerated are not smart. I don't think that. But let me tell you something. You and the other guys that I've communicated with, including William, you guys have said some really good things. And I'm going to talk to some people that are not incarcerated, and they're going to say things that you're going to be like, wow, really? And I like how you said, it's okay for people to have bad days. But then I'm going to get on the phone with a guy and he's going to say, yep, I'm going to have unprotected sex because I want to. Nope, if she has a hygiene problem, I'm getting rid of her. You know what I mean? There's some
Right.
people that aren't going to accept certain things, but they're not 100%. And I've listened to some funny things, and I'm thankful that I've gotten spoke to you guys because I like what you guys have to say. But I'm going to speak to some people that are not incarcerated and they're not going to be willing, but they're going to want a female to accept everything,
Right.
you know, and
Mhm.
they're not going to think about certain things, because some people, they will do whatever they want to you, but you can't do it to them. They're not going to be forgiving. They want this perfect woman and they're not the perfect man. Like some guys, they want a woman that can cook, but they can't even afford to buy the food,
That's right.
and then some guys say they don't want a woman who wants all their money. But then they don't want an independent woman either. They're going to call an independent woman masculine. So it's
Right.
like,
You have
it,
1 minute
you
left.
know, it's no winning with some males, you
That's true.
know?
Right.
And it's
Whoever made them.
nice to listen to what you have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me stop the recording.